Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Etheria restart video. So we're concluding basically day one of global launch. I've got my account up to level 16. I've done this by refreshing my stamina just with Hydra crystals. I think a lot of the community has gotten behind this sentiment that you should spend some Hydra crystals to get your account level up, because that is what stops people from progressing in the game. A lot of stuff is gated behind your account level, and you need to spend stamina to actually get it up. So that's what I've been doing. But today's video, I kind of wanted to talk about some tips to help get you over some humps. I have the feeling that some people might be getting stuck. I've gotten a lot of questions from like my guild mates and things like that. So I figured I'd bring you some tips just in case you're one of those people getting stuck. All right. So the first thing that you should be doing is following the hyperlink charter. Everyone should be doing this. But if you get to a point where you're like, man, I cannot get past this dungeon, I keep failing, that's what this video is for. So one of the most common ones, you're probably getting stuck either in a shell dungeon, right? Or you're getting stuck in one of these threshold dungeons. Now, the highest stage that you can get to on day one, at least from what I know, is hard 3, because Nightmare is stuck behind level 25. So hard 3 is the threshold. Maybe you guys are trying to get here and you just can't make it, right? It's probably because of your team composition. So I want to talk about team composition because it's going to play into my tips, all right? So when it comes to team composition, you want a damage dealer and you want a healer. I think some people might argue that this is not needed. At the early stages in the game, guys, you're not going to have good enough gear to, speed kill the boss before he kills you. That's whenever a healer is not going to be needed. That's going to be end game where you have great gear and you are just speed farming things. Prior to that, you're going to need at least a support hero that has some type of healing, whether it's shields, heal over time, things of that nature. It's going to be important. So a healer, then also a debuffer, because all 3 of the dungeons, at least here, some shell dungeons aren't like this, but at least in the module dungeons where you get gear, all 3 bosses kind of like ramp up over time, so you can't stall them out and like slowly pick away at them. So you do need a debuffer. Your 4th slot is going to be a support or buff character, whether it's boosting your damage, whether it's boosting your survivability with like defense up, immunity, shields, all of that stuff. That's where that 4th slot is. And then your 5th slot for modules, because the module dungeons you have 5, where in the shell dungeons you only have 4, you have a flex spot, right? You can have someone who decreases turn meter, increases your own turn meter, or again, some kind of other support, whether it's shields, immunity, heal over time, additional damage output. All of these things are viable. So that's what I have cooking here. The reason that's important is because it ties into my tip. So tip number 1 is check your team compositions. Make sure that you're not trying to get ahead of yourself and just do like all of these speed runs. It's probably why you're failing and why you're not able to progress, because the boss is killing you way quicker than you're killing it, and you just don't have the accessibility to the type of gear you need to actually perform what you're trying to perform. So when it comes to those characters, okay, everyone knows that you can increase their power by leveling up their level, their modules, their shells, prowess, all of these things. If you don't know this, prowess is a really important thing. A little bit hypocritical here on Leon, just because I haven't spent the time to do it, but I should be increasing her defense. I should be increasing her attack. All of these things to really help just get free stats. You do have to farm this material up, obviously, so it's for stamina, but you're getting 10% additional attack, and then like, what is that, another 125 on top of that? You also get, good HP, good defense. But when it comes to modules, okay, you might hear a lot of content creators or people online saying that Etheria coin is a bottleneck. You really want to save it. You don't want to waste it. Don't don't level up, lower level gear. And I think that's a good general point to let people know that Etheria coin is a bottleneck, because it is. But in order to get over specific humps, you're going to have to do things that are inefficient. And leveling up maybe purple gear is one of those things. But this game has something really great going for it. And that's the fact that you can switch gear for free. So it doesn't matter if you level up, one set of inefficient gear, because you can just transfer it over to another character. And the nice thing about this game is it really rewards you for choosing the right element. So Terramaton here is green. You want red characters or green characters. So if you have a blue character that is sitting around with, some gear on them, I don't know if I have any, but like my Kraken. If I needed this effect accuracy module, even though it's level 6, maybe I take it up to level 9 and I can transfer it to another CC character that's maybe green or red, or a debuffer that could use this, So that's my first tip, is don't be afraid to level up gear that everyone's telling you not to level up because it's inefficient, because you can transfer it over to your other characters. So if you have a fire damage dealer and you're going up against a water boss, right? You can't use that character. So maybe slap your Leon gear on Gray, who's really strong against water characters. It's just a complete pass-through interchange. Maybe you want to run Doki Doki and you're done running Terramaton. Move all of her gear over to over to Gray. It's a great way to make use of your inefficiencies when it comes to leveling up the gear. It's the same thing that goes for these shells, okay? You'll hear the same thing with shells. Unique shells, do not waste your, what's this called, training data on. Don't do it, because they're going to get scaled out really quickly. This is true. But in order to get over that hump, to actually get to the other gear or shells that you want to farm, you have to level these up, or you're not going to make it. The shells give you the most amount of speed that you can get in the game. They really jack this stuff up, not just from the raw stat that they give you, but also on this second passive. Once you empower this, you could get speed as a drop in that second passive slot. So right here, you could get 10 additional speed if you roll it high. So interchange these things. You'll eventually have to get rid of them. The nice thing, though, is you can recycle them. You won't get as much material back, but that's something that's going to help. Take advantage of those two things, I promise. Just level that stuff up. I guarantee it's going to just make things so much less of a headache if you're a little inefficient with that stuff, as long as you can be then efficient with transferring it in between specific characters. All right? Last tip. I think a lot of people are really going hard for LD characters. And that's great. I know LD characters are a lot of fun and they're very overpowered at certain points in the game, though. This is really, really important to understand. So I was one of the lucky people who pulled Lily off of this permanent summon, right? A lot of people are re-rolling for Lily. They think she's the best character, and overall she might be. But early on, a lot of Lily's value comes from damage amplification. She speeds people up. She gives like joint attacks, crit damage up, extra turns, all of those things. However, the gear on my Leon is not good enough to utilize Lily to kill bosses fast enough. I was failing so many different runs. So once I pulled Freya, I just slotted Freya in for Lily, and I got all of my runs done. I started passing Terramaton 3. I started passing Doki Doki, Hard 3. Like, all of these dungeons, I was getting through them. So team composition and utility is way more important early on than just like trying to raw damage things, like speed run everything. You're not going to be able to do it. You got to go slow and steady, okay? So I highly suggest people pull on this Freya banner. She is a great progression hero. She's going to be good at the end game as well. What everyone was showing at the end of the closed beta, she was in all of the Hell 4 or the Inferno teams. Like, she's there. So this character is really good. On top of that, you get 3 really great rate ups on SRs. I've talked about that before, guys. She will be your key. Her and Leon are going to get you at least to the point where I'm at today. Like, what I did could have been done with Freya and Leon. And then you slot in some support characters, the healer, the buffer, the debuffer. If you use your targeted summon early on Hellkid, you're certainly crushing Terramaton. You can also pick Rilmoka to help you speed through Doki Doki with Freya. She might be able to get it done with Lily. I don't know. Maybe. Or if you chose Tiamat, that's another one that's really, really safe. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to help some people that might be getting stuck with progression. Really take a look at your team compositions and do not be afraid to level up your shells that are unique or your module unique, like gear, the purple gear. It's okay to do that. Just transfer it in between your characters and you're going to be fine. All right. I hope that helped. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.